Feature the life of Swami Chinmayananda ji. Born as P. Balakrishna Menon, he was a naughty child, rebellious youth, patriotic freedom fighter, an inquisitive journalist, yearning seeker, and then he becomes a great spiritual master of all times. A visionary and missionary who has touched all our hearts and continuously inspires us to attain the highest goal, which is self-realization. It is my distinct pleasure today to introduce an exceptional ensemble poised to bring this Harikatha to life. Leading the performance is the renowned Srimati Veena Mohan, accompanied by the melodious voices of Srimati Uma Shankar and Srimati Krishna. On the tabla, we have the skilled Kannan Raghavan, with Jeevan Kulkarni enriching our melodies on the harmonium. We are also privileged to have 5 talented children from the Chinmaya mission joining us. And Anjali Sandra. Before we begin, I would like to reiterate that we would like to ask everyone to silence or turn off their cell phones for the next couple of hours. Now, without further delay, let us immerse ourselves over the next couple of hours in the spiritual and musical richness of the Harikatha. Please welcome Srimati Veena Mohan and her wonderful team. Over to you.
Hari Om. Let's start with bhajan on Lord Ganesha. Holy land of India has given rise to many saints, many gurus, and few visionaries. This person was not only a saint, not only a Sadguru, but a great visionary. He touched the hearts of not only people of India, but all over the world. He embraced young, old, rich, poor, literate, illiterate, everyone, and worked tirelessly for their well-being and to bring them up spiritually. His story illustrates to us from from a mischievous child, how a great scholar, a great teacher, a great visionary came out after passing through the stages of atheism, being rebellious, being a freedom fighter, but finally attaining the enlightenment under the guidance of Chinmayananda Maharaj and Tapovan Maharaj. His life is a true source of inspiration for all of us. He was a perfect combination of greater spiritual wisdom, humor, practical sense, excellent administrative capabilities, more than all, a great human being and a great Vedantic teacher who brought Vedanta to a common man and made it very simple and palatable and reachable. That's why probably Akhandananda Ji, Swami Ji, once he said, हम लोगों को ऐसे लोगों को वेदांत पढ़ाते हैं, सिखाते हैं, जो ईश्वर से अभिमुख है, लेकिन चिन्मया जी ऐसे लोगों को वेदांत सिखाते हैं जो ईश्वर से विमुख है. That is, we all will teach Vedanta to the people who are already, they are facing towards the Lord, towards God, who are already in the spiritual field. But Chinmaya ji is one person, even who is in the opposite direction, he will turn them around. Does it sound familiar? Guruji once said, whenever I slip outside, I fall. But whenever I slip inside, I rise. I'll say it again. Whenever I slip outside, I fall. But whenever I slip inside, I will rise. What a beautiful statement it was. Don't tell God how big your troubles are, but then tell those troubles how big your God is. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Don't tell your troubles how big your troubles are to God, but tell your troubles how big your God is. What a beautiful quotes that he did. He was extremely humorous too. Even yesterday, in New Jersey during the program, I said it. Once the gynecologist came and asked Gurudev, hey, what do you do for a living? And he said, oh, you bring life to the world. I take them out of this world. What a meaningful thing. And then the doctor came and introduced himself. Oh, Chinmayananda, I am Dr. So-and-so, and I have FRCS, and I have this, I have that. And can you give me a prescription too? I give a prescription to everybody. And Gurudev said, yes, I can give you a prescription too. Take it down. Read Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, 3 times a day. And repeat it for almost every day. And if your symptoms persist, repeat the dose. And someone else came and said, Guruji, we need your autograph. Oh, good. What's your name? Rajaram. He said, Raja Bahar se raho, andar Ram bano. Immediately on the spot. Another thing is, one person came, a teenager. Swamiji, I would like to ask you one question. Now, you were a great journalist. You were in the National Herald, and why did you leave it? It was very lucrative. He said, gentlemen, what's in your mouth? Chewing gum. When are you going to spit it? I'll spit it when the sweetness is gone. He said, I did the same. I chewed the world really well until I didn't find the essence anymore. There was no sweetness anymore. Oh, I spit it out. So let us all today listen to this great Mahat's great story. Swami Chinmayananda Gurudev ki
Jai.
Not good enough. His achievements are so many. Maybe then the Jaikaram will be very good. Today, Chinmaya Mission has around 325 centers in 25 countries, including India, UK, USA, Canada, South Africa, UAE, Bahrain, Sri Lanka, Trinidad, Indonesia, and France. What all he has over there? Chinmaya Shish Vihar, Chinmaya Bal Vihar, Chinmaya Yoga Kendra, Chinmaya Devi Group, Chinmaya Temple, Chinmaya for Rural Development, Chinmaya for International Foundation, Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Chinmaya College, Chinmaya Residential School, Chinmaya Hospital, Chinmaya for Nursing, Chinmaya for Rural Health, Chinmaya Vedanta Institute, Chinmaya E-Courses, Chinmaya Publication, Chinmaya Commentary, Chinmaya Jnana Chinmaya Spiritual Camps. Do you need more? Chinmayananda ki
Jai.
Can we do even 10% of this? Then at least we can do the Jaikaram. Don't be shy. Please don't be shy. When we want to talk about Amitabh Bachchan and Aishwarya Rai, we can be shy. Not about Lord, not about Gurudev. Let's all together. Chinmayananda Maharaj ki
Jai.
Let's hear a bhajan about Chinmaya's greatness.
Chinmaya jinda naam hai, siddh bhari naam hai. Chinmaya jinda naam hai, siddh bhari naam hai. Aise Shri Gurudev ko, aise Shri Gurudev ko, baar baar pranam hai, baar baar pranam hai. Arjun ke dev ke, apon ke sadgurudev. Aise Chinmaya Gurudev ko, aise Chinmaya Dev ko, baar baar pranam hai, baar baar pranam hai. Veda ke aviyakta ko, Upanishadon ke pradharak ko, Shri Sadguru Parameshwar ko, Shri Sadguru Parameshwar ko, baar baar pranam hai, baar baar pranam hai. Krishna jin ke Vedat ke, Yajna jin ka dharm bata. Aise Chinmaya Krishna ko, aise Chinmaya Krishna ko, baar baar pranam hai, baar baar pranam hai. Nirakar pradharak ko, Parvati shubh chintak ko, aise yogi Chinmaya ko, aise yogi Chinmaya ko, baar baar pranam hai, 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 baar baar pranam hai.
Holy Land, the Kerala state in the southern part of India, which had already given rise to great saints like Adi Shankara, Narayana Tirtha, Chattambi Swamigal, Ramana Maharshi, Swami Shivananda, Swami Tapovan Maharaj. On May 8th, 1916, gave birth to another beautiful child, to Valakkai Gurbat Kuttanmanan and Parukutti Amma. Both the parents were beaming with happiness, looking at this beautiful, wide-eyed child already smiling in their hands. They looked at this radiant child and just like Mother Yashoda, Parvati Amma, she embraced this child and she felt like she is embracing Lord Krishna, just like Yashoda Mata did for Krishna. On the fourth day, great scholar, a great philosopher, great jnani of that time, Chettambi Swamigal, they named the child as Gurudev Balakrishna Menon. The baby was named as Balakrishna Menon and the parents chose to call him as Balan. This Chettambi Swamigal was a great philosopher, great jnani. He started coming to see this child very, very frequently to their house. And every time, as soon as he comes, he'll take the child, he'll put on his lap. He used to talk in a strange language to the child. And the mother was always worried about, what is this Chettambi Swamigal talking to my son? I don't understand. Mother is asking, what language are you speaking with my son? I don't understand it. He said, this is between me and him. He understands me. I have taught him everything. But one thing, nee ivane nannai nokkakolla. Avan velli aadavanu. വലിയ കാര്യങ്ങൾ സംഭവിക്കും കേട്ടോ. That means this child will become a great man and many good things are going to happen. But you take care of him well. That's what the message Chinmayananda Swami gave when this child was born. As the time went by, he had two sisters, Padmini and Kanakam. But unfortunately, when Kanakam was born, the mother passed away. So these three children became motherless when Balan was around like 5 years old. So immediately these children came under the guidance, under the care of Auntie Kuchiyamma. But then there were extended families, cousins, aunts, uncles. Putampalli house was full of people, and these children, motherless children, grew up in amidst of big family where they didn't even realize that they didn't have a mother. That much of love and affection was given. Very interestingly, in their house, they were very strict about with the children learning bhajans, with the children singing bhajans, participating in the puja. They were very strict. So they told all the children have to follow the rule. Every day in the evening, they all have to come down, sit down in the puja room, and men will chant Vishnu Sahasranamam, 1000 names of Vishnu, and all the aunties and female folk will chant Lalita Sahasranamam. That is the Devi Stotram, 1000 names. 1000 names here and 1000 names there, and these children sitting would get, when will this be finished? When will it be finished? And especially their leader was Balan, always moving around and not interested. And Amme, Kuchiyamma always used to, Balan, Prathanilla, Attanamilla, Kata. എത്ര പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, അത്താഴമില്ല, പ്രാർത്ഥനയില്ല, അത്താഴമില്ല കേട്ടോ, അവിടെ ഇരിക്കണം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ലേ? She was yelling at him. You have to sit down and do the bhajan and prayer, and otherwise no dinner for you. And then he would scream to finish faster. He would sing Krishna bhajans were his favorite. Let's hear one of those bhajans.
Krishna 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 Chora Radha Jivana Krishna Chora Radha Jivana Megha Shama Madhusudana Megha Shama Madhusudana Radha Kanta Yadunandana Radha Kanta Yadunandana Krishna 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 Madhusudana Krishna Krishna Madhusudana Krishna 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 Jai Jai Govinda Krishna Jai Jai Govinda Hare Krishna Jai Jai Govinda Hare Krishna Jai Jai Govinda Hare Krishna Jai Jai Govinda
where he was interested in reading and swimming and badminton. Wherever Balan went, there was laughter. One thing that he was good was doing mimicry. Every time the family members would sit down, and what he will do is imitate everyone and make everyone laugh. He made everyone laugh, which was evident throughout his life. His humor, he became very popular for his humor and the jokes. He went to modern school, it's called as the English modern school, and where he learned Sanskrit and Malayalam. And he started going, when these bhajans were all going on every day, he would sing Krishna bhajans one day here and there, and the next day he would get bored. His prayer room, it was full of God's pictures. Lord Shiva's picture, Parvati, Durga, Vishnu, Krishna, Rama. There were so many pictures on the walls. And he said, it's so boring, these sessions. What I will do, he would stare at each picture, and the most that attracted him was Lord Shiva's picture. He would look at Shiva's picture and say, oh, this Shiva's picture is very, very interesting. Because out of all these pictures, only this picture, this man has 3 eyes. He has 3 eyes. And he has got a very, very funny clothing. He has got tiger skin around him. And he has got snake. Very, very interesting. And water is flowing out. So like this, he would study that picture intensely. Especially Lord Chandrasekhara's picture. boys' school along with other children after having a nice sambar and rice, and he would run. School was very easy. He would finish all the homework. He would also find time to help his sisters Padmini and Kanaka. But wherever he went, there was nice laughter and everything. He grew up. Now, problem. He became a teenager. As a teenager is, he became very rebellious. I don't want to do it. Of course I don't want to do it. Let's go to the temple, Bhagat. Temple? Why do we go to temple? God is everywhere. So he'll be here too, in the house too. I don't have to come. And mother would say, go take bath. In Kerala it's very, very hot. Go take bath and come down and sit down for puja. He would just go outside, take some water, sprinkle on his head. Yes, bath is done. Why? Without that full bath, God won't listen to me or what? But then go wear a nice white shirt and come back cotton shirt. He would always go to wear silk shirt. Silk shirt and then have a golden color chain. He wants a ring, all kinds of things. And Father, he would stand in front of the mirror and keep on combing his hair. And Father would get irritated with him. Say, Father, how much combing you are doing? One day you will go bald. Later on, he would always say, look, my father said, I'll go bald. And I go bald. And his grades also started dropping. Father was very, very concerned. He was in Maharaja College in Ernakulam. The family decided to shift to Trishur. And from science subjects where he was very, very poor grades, he went into art section in the art school, St. Thomas College. And he took liberal arts. He kind of like, okay. In 1940, then he had grown up. And now they shifted, he got a seat in Lucknow to go and study English literature and law. People asked, hey, what is this, from Trishur to there to Lucknow you are going? Why? He said, simple. I didn't get seats in any college. Only they accepted me. That's why I have to go. He was out front, truth. I didn't get a seat. That's why I'm going over there. But once he went to Lucknow, the whole thing changed. Because there, he was different from others in Lucknow and is a very lean, dark-skinned, lean and tall guy with big eyes, black hair, and he was very good orator. And wherever he go, he brings out laughter in front of everyone, and everybody started liking him so much. And he was very, very good in badminton. So he participated in lots of badminton matches, and he became very prominent in all the clubs, like literary clubs and debate clubs and all kinds of things which involved talking. He became the leader. He became like a very, very popular guy over there. But at the same time, around that time in 1942, Mahatma Gandhi had called out, had launched Quit India movement. All the children from the Quit high school and colleges, they were all jumping into Quit India movement. And our Balan, who is like a leader in the college, was a very popular guy. He also immediately took the flag in his hand and he jumped into the movement to tell the British, go away from here, this land is mine. Dur hato,
दूर हटो दूर हटो दूर हटो ए दुनिया वालों हिंदुस्तान हमारा है दूर हटो ए दुनिया वालों हिंदुस्तान हमारा है आज हिमालय की चोटी से फिर हमने ललकारा है आज हिमालय की चोटी से फिर हमने ललकारा है
But the British did not keep quiet. They crushed the movement with guns and arrests. Thousands got killed with their guns and thousands got arrested. And they were looking for one Mr. Madrasi. That Madrasi is the one who is writing pamphlets, flyers, giving nice speeches everywhere. Find that Madrasi. The British ordered an arrest warrant was issued. So Palan has to go hiding. So he ran away to Kashmir. In Kashmir, he had to live under no food, no shelter, but hiding from police. And when it is possible, he would somehow come down to Delhi and to his friend Shroff. And Shroff would quietly give him leftover, some food, some money, some fresh clothing. And then again, he had to run. So like this, he was running, under pathetic conditions where the police are going to catch him. Almost like more than a year is done like this, and he thinks, now police has forgotten this Madrasi. So he came from Kashmir to Punjab. But as soon as he came to Punjab, there he saw, oh my God, again the freedom fighters, they have their groups and they have their associations, they're all working very hard against the British. He could not control himself. He started writing flyers again, and again he joined their gang. Boom. Soon the police found out Madrasi is back. Boom. He was caught and he was thrown in the prison. And this prison was overcrowded prison with no ventilation, with no bathrooms, but that many people in one small room. And if one person gets sick, everyone is getting sick. But then when these things were happening, there was no food either, very little food that they were being given. And of course, they were getting large beatings, kickings by the police. And sometimes he used to think, what is happening? He used to see his jailmates, they are like, sitting and eating with him. But next day, they're dragged into the next room, and he could hear the British kicking him and beating him. And the boy screaming with pain. He could hear. And then next thing that he see, that boy is dead. And they're dragging the dead body of his friend, the jailmate, and they're taking him out of the jail. At that time, he started questioning, what is life? Is this life he was there with me yesterday, but today he's gone. The life is so temporary. If life is temporary, then what is permanent? What is that is permanent? He used to start thinking. And lack of ventilation, no food, and the disease inside the prison. He got affected too. He got typhus fever. And he became very, very ill. Now, the people, the British, thought this person is going to die in an hour or two. They don't want another prison death, so they wanted to throw him out. They said, we don't want another prison death. Anyway, he's going to die. Let him take him tonight and throw him on the road. Let this person die on the road. So they dragged him out of the prison and they threw him on the street. And he was laying there on the street, almost semi-conscious, high fever, not able to talk, not able to move. He was thrown on the street. But God's wish was something different. The destiny was different. His mission in life had not even started. From that side, a car came by, and the light fell on the body which was on the street. The lady got down and she saw someone is on the road. Let me help. And when she saw, he looked like her son. She was missing her only son very badly because he had already left the house and joined the army. And now the person who is on the street, his face resembles her son's, and especially his nose. Gurudev writes in his books later on, saying that this fat nose, and thank God my mother gave me this fat nose, just because of this, my fat nose, I was saved. If I did have a thin nose, maybe she would have left me on the ground to die, but because my nose and his nose resemble, she scooped me up from the street. She took him home, and he got treated, he got good food, and the doctor came, and then he stayed there for some time. He got better, and then he had to move on. So he thanked this lady who came like a God's messenger and helped him. Later on also in his books he writes, he goes back and thanks her profusely for saving his life. Then he leaves her house and he reaches Baroda. He comes to his cousin's house, Achyutamanan. Achyutamanan was working as a forest officer. There's a lot of chapters in the book about how Achyutamanan and his cook, Mr. Narayanan, how nicely he cooked Kerala food, sambar and rice and dosa and idli and puttu and everything. And finally he got good food, and then finally he recovered. When he recovered nicely, he started writing. He was sitting near the window sill and he was observing what's happening on the street. The one person that caught his attention was the shoe cobbler who was sitting across the road. He would watch like how everybody would come, not even paying any attention to the shoe cobbler. I hope everyone knows who shoe cobbler. In India, they're called as mochi. They call him as mochi. They come to mochi, they throw 5 paisa at him, and they show their shoes, and all he has to do is polish their shoes. And if the sandals are broken, they throw 5 paisa, and then he will sit and stitch in the hot sun. He will meet so many people, but not one person pays attention to mochi, and not one person says thank you to mochi. They think that throwing 5 paisa is job done. So he watches the life of mochi. So he starts writing articles about the disparity of the society, about the treatment of the underprivileged, of the poor people who are very sincere and hardworking. He starts writing articles about them under the name Mochi. And then he gets paid for this also. Anyway, after this, collecting the money and everything, he goes back to his college. Now this time, sincerely he studies, and he takes honors in journalism and masters in literature. He graduates. Now he moves on to 1945. He comes down to Delhi, which is the center for political activities. Now he's an official journalist, he's an honors in journalism, and he joins the prestigious newspaper of that time, National Herald. He joins as one of the editors. Now he has the paper and pen in his hand, and is young, and the urge to speak the truth, and the urge to help the Indians to fight against the British Now he starts expressing very freely, very actively in the newspaper about the disparity and about the cruelty of the British and how the Indians are suffering. What is their culture? What is their culture? Everything he starts writing. When someone questions, he said, எனக்கு அச்சமில்லை கேட்டா எனக்கு அச்சமில்லை. அச்சமில்லை means I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை.
அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை
அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை. அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை. Very popular as a journalist, as a very controversial reporter, because he was not afraid to write the truth. And he was getting involved, he was being called to all the local clubs as, come to us. For all the parties he was getting invited, and there, he would go and mingle with people, but he would talk about the politics, he would talk about the disparity, he would talk about anything and everything, and then he would cut jokes then and there. He was such a good orator, and people were so impressed with him. But his observation of them, they said these rich people, even though they are with their expensive jewelry and expensive clothing and superficial talking, there is something that is missing. They are all dissatisfied. There is a dissatisfaction here, and he would get very upset by the way that rich people are treating the poor people, especially in when he goes to the party and the host of the party treating the waiter and waitress who are also like human beings. And every time that happens, he would go back to his room and go back to his childhood, Chandrasekhara, without even knowing to him, he would chant for himself, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, in order to calm himself down. At that time, he was thinking, what is this? More comfort means more comfort means more happiness? No. It is an illusion to think that as our comfort level increases, our happiness also increases. But that is not true. At that time when he was living with his uncle, Govinda Menon, and he was explaining to Govinda Menon very interesting episode that happened in his life. In 1936, when I was at the end of the high school, I got railway pass to tour South India. One day I was traveling in the train, and suddenly I saw all the people, they are rushing towards the window, and I said, why are you all rushing towards the window? What are you seeing? They all pointed out to a nice mountain, and which is supposed to be the center of the earth according to Puranas. That is the mountain of Arunachala hills. People all got down. He said, why are you all getting down? Oh, no, we are going to see Ramana Maharshi. The word Maharshi caught his ears. He said, who is this Ramana Maharshi? No one answered him. They were all running and going. And he also started walking in the hot sun in the month of June. They all walked almost like an hour and finally reached a small hut. And everyone went inside. He also went inside. He goes inside and he got a little space in the front. He went and sat there. He didn't know who this person is. And when he looked up on the bench, one frail man with the little beard and with the little cloth just around his waist, no shirt, he's sitting there with his eyes closed. He said, all these people are watching somebody who is totally undressed, does not even have full dress, and what is he doing? His eyes are closed. Everybody's like, shh. Oh, okay. So he sat in front, and as Ramana Maharshi opened his eyes, right in front, Balan is sitting with his big eyes open. Ramana Maharshi's eyes fell on his eyes. Their eyes met. at me. Inside me. He knows. He knows everything about me. My ego, my impurities, my imperfection. He knows everything. I can't stop looking at him. Something is happening. He's taking everything outside me. And he's cleaning me. He's emptying me. Now, he's filling me in. He's filling me in. He's filling me in. Ramana Maharshi closed his eyes. He closed his eyes. Something happened to me. No. Nothing happened to me. I should not have come here. This is all nothing. Nothing happened to me. And he must be a hypnotist. This man is a hypnotist. I don't believe him. I got up and I left. Later on, Gurudev explains this in his books exactly this way. And he says, I realized what this experience was when I was sitting under the feet of my Guru, Tapovanji, near the Ganges River. And I explained this to him. And as he was explaining things to me, the same experience I felt. It was exactly the feeling was the same. I explained to my Guru, and my Guru said, Chinmaya, do not worry. The same experience I had with Ramana Maharshi too. Next, you have had. You have a long way to go, Chinmaya. Tapovanji Maharajji told him. Now, after coming back, Balan started reading lots of books on religion, different European religion, Indian religion, scriptures. He started reading. He started collecting books of Shivananda, Vivekananda, Ramana Maharshi, Aurobindo. He was reading and reading. One author that caught his eyes were of Shivanandaji Maharaj, who wrote, be good, do good, serve, love, be free, purify yourself, meditate, and realize, never hurt others, ahimsa, paramo dharma, he said. And he also said, win the anger by love. Love can win anything and everything. Have patience. So he said, this person is very different. Now, but I am not going to leave. He says he is a Swamiji and he writes all these things in the book. I am a journalist. I will go and I will expose this Swamiji where he is. He rushes to Rishikesh. That is where Shivanandaji's ashram, Divine Life Society. Balan goes there on a mission to find out what spirituality is. Is it really required for the life? Can we do without the spirituality? What is the real meaning of it? This is what he said. He went there. Very interestingly, the day that he went, Shivanandaji Maharaj was coming from the other side, and Balan enters, and he said, oh, you must be Shivanandaji Maharaj. I am the journalist. I've come from the National Herald, and I would like to take an interview with you. Can we do the interview now? Swamiji looked at him and said, yes, we can have the interview, but not today, tomorrow evening. Please do go to the guest house and take rest, and tomorrow evening we will meet. He left. He was angry, and he said, excuse me, I am a very busy man. I cannot wait until tomorrow evening. And I'm a very well-read man. I have an honors in journalism and masters in literature. And I don't have time. I'm a very, very busy man. Shivananda Maharaj walked back and he said, oh, you're educated. No. By going to college, you went to college, you got your degree. That will only make you illiterate, but not educated. And he left. He was puzzled. He went back to his room. He started observing what happens in the ashram and what is the schedule of the Swamiji. Swamiji was a physician in the British colony prior to becoming a Swamiji. And now he is running a big hospital-like, clinic-like for leprosy patients. Every day morning, he would get up in the morning and run a big yoga class. And after the yoga class, he will sit and teach Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, everything to the disciples. Then he will go to the hospital. He will treat all the leprosy patients. And then when he comes back, again he'll write articles and books. And then he will sit and do bhajans and discourses like this. The amount of time and the effort and that he was putting in, it was enormous. As Balan started observing this Swamiji, oh, he is somebody who is really different. The aura, the divinity, the peacefulness, the brilliance, the intelligence that he extubates, that when he talks, that when he addresses people, is something really good. And he takes his interview. He gets more mesmerized and he comes back to Delhi to start writing about him. Then he gets called back to Rishikesh because Swamiji is turning 60 years and a big book is being released. So they call him as a journalist to come and edit their book about the event. So he goes back to Rishikesh and now he lives for longer even after the birthday is done. One day when he's attending the discourses, Shivanandaji Maharaj, the day Balan walked in, he noticed that this person is totally different. So he would tell him, hey Balan, you are a journalist man. God has given you so much of intelligence. Why don't you use it for him? What is it you are writing and using it for what? Use it for him, man. Use it for him. You're so intelligent. You need to give it back to him. Whatever God gave to you, that's a gift. Whatever you give it back to him, what is that? Find out. Give it back to him. Give him something back, man. And come on over and come and speak on something. Address the people here. It could be anything. It could be, how you came to this ashram or what you saw in the ashram. It could be anything. Balan could not even speak a word. He was like tongue-tied. How am I going to speak on what? So Swamiji said, what is this man? You are educated journalist. You can't even speak. Tomorrow, come back. I'll give you the topic. The topic is Shreyas and Prayas. So next day, the first talk that he gave to people was on Shreyas and Prayas. Shreyas is what is good for the Atman, and Prayas is what is good for the senses. He spoke for the first time about the religious topic, and then he returned back to Delhi, and he started writing about Shivanandaji and about his books. And he wrote, the contagious thing about Shivanandaji Maharaj is his innate confidence, innate faith. Meanwhile, the remember Shroff, the guy who helped him a lot before? He was very, very ill. He was very sick, terminally ill, and he dies. He has a wife, children, parents, and he dies. So the parents cannot go distribute the ashes. So they give it the urn to Balan and say, please go to Rishikesh and put it in the Ganga. So Balan takes the pot and travels back to Rishikesh. This time, he's thinking in his mind, I have traveled so many times with my friend Shroff to Rishikesh in the same train, laughing and discussing and doing things. And now, my friend Shroff, he's in a pot. He is in a pot. And he's only ashes and bones. That's all Shroff is. I laughed with him. I went to school, college with him. He helped me so much. We did everything together. But now, he's only ashes and a few pieces of bone. And he said, I cannot believe how temporary this life is. I must cry. I must cry to my heart's content. But Shivanandaji said, come back to your equilibrium. You can cry as much as you want, but come back to your equilibrium, just like a rounded barn doll. It will wobble, 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 but then it will come back to being stable. So I must come back. He distributed the ashes and the ashes and then came back to Shivanandaji. And he questioned him. He asked him, in the book there is a huge chapter about the philosophical discussion between him and Shivanandaji. And finally he asked him, Swamiji, answer me this last question. Why? Shroff was well. He was good, but I was the one who was dying and I was the one who was thrown on the street. I was the one who was dying, but today I'm alive. But he was good, but he's dead. What is the reason? Shivanandaji looked at him and said, I can answer this question in 5 minutes, Balan. But how many days, how many questions you will keep asking? Quest, Balan, quest. When will you ask the question yourself? Ask yourself the question. You find the answer, Balan. Quest. If you have not watched the movie Quest, please watch it. Balan takes back quest. I must introspect. Shivanandaji said, do not look for God outside. Discover Him within you. Look inside. That is the time. Swamiji thought about the statement which I said earlier. If I fall outside, if I slip outside, it's a fall. But if I slip inside, it will be a race. I must rise. I must rise. At that time, one of his cousins had taken sannyasam under Shivanandaji Maharaj. So he was going to do Chardham Yatra and he asked Balan to accompany him. The Balan kept a big journal about his Chardham Yatra that he did with his cousin who became a sannyasi. So it was a very tough track. They had to pass through the Bhavanji Maharaj ashram and they reached the Chardham Yatra. The cousin left, but he stayed back in Badri for 1 month longer. Met many sannyasis and sadhus and scholars. By the time he came back to Rishikesh, Balan had made the decision, what his life goal is, what he should be. He told Swamiji that I want to take sannyasa. So immediately they had to take permission from the parent. He wrote a letter to his father and asked his permission. Father was very, very surprised. But the daughter reminded him, Appa, Ajahn, remember what Chinmayananda Swamigal, something they were talking with each other. This must have been the case. Chinmayananda Swamigal had recognized him. This is what he is going to be. And he must have advised him, guided him when he was born. And Swamiji on Mahashivaratri day, Swamiji renounced everything, and Shivanandaji Maharaj gave him the name Swami Chinmayananda Maharaj. Chinmayananda means filled with bliss of pure consciousness. The previous life went away, past is gone, and he started getting himself busy studying the scriptures, studying the Puranas, studying the Bhagavad Gita, studying the Upanishads and Brahma Sutras. Studied and studied and studied. The questioning Balan was still existing inside him. He went and told Shivanandaji Maharaj, Maharaj, I'm reading, I'm learning from you, but I feel something I'm missing. I'm not getting everything that I wanted to. Then Shivanandaji Maharaj said, then you must go to Tapovan Maharaj, who is the author on scriptures. Who is the author, who is the authority on Jnana Yajna? Go to Tapovan Maharaj. So immediately Balan left to Uttarakashi, to Himachal, where Tapovan Maharaj's ashram was there. It was a long, very difficult journey, and Chinmayaji started walking. And finally when he reached Tapovan over there, he said, Maharaj, I've been sent by Shivanandaji Maharaj. I took sannyasa. So what? I have come to take what? What do you want? I want to study under you, Maharaj. You want to study under me? Who told you? My Guru, Shivanandaji. Did he give you a letter, recommendation letter? Where is the letter? Huh? Letter? He didn't give me anything. Then, go back. Go back and go get the letter. Oh, the way he came back to Shivan. It was a long route. He came back. Those days there are no, everything is by walking you have to do. And he came back. And he writes very beautifully in his book, as he was walking, his padukas were hurting him so much. Then he left that and with the bare foot on the thorns, on the rocks, on the trees, on the road, he was walking. And now he had to come back. Then he said, Shivananda Maharaj, he needs a letter. And oh, he needs a letter? Okay. He wrote the letter. And then, I went all the way over there and he sent me back. If you knew that he needed a letter, Maharaj, why you did not give me the letter? Chinmaya, have patience. Have patience, Chinmaya. He is testing you. He is testing you. A student who with the discipline will become a disciple. The Guru is testing you. He wants to test you about your faith, about your discipline, about your wanting to do, how much you want things. Go back. Took the letter. All the way he went back. gave the letter. He did not even look at that letter. When he was gone, his students were asking, Swamiji, you never wanted the letter? Why were you asking the letter? He said, yeah, certain people like do it. And do you think he'll come back? He will come back. He will come back with the letter. I know him. He knew about him. So Chinmayaji went back. He did not even look at it. Okay, tomorrow go find yourself some place to live and come back at 4 a.m. in the morning. Remember, it is Himachal, up north, extremely cold, snow, everything. Come back at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm very strict with teaching. I will teach you only once, not twice. There is no note taking, only listening. And whenever I want you to be attentive, and if you are not attentive, when I ask you a question, if you do not answer, you are dismissed. Understand? Only if you agree for these 4 things, come back tomorrow at 4 a.m. No place to stay. He's not giving any accommodation. He went and slept under a tree or the open area, and 4 o'clock, the cold, freezing cold, he got up, he came. The Guru took his disciples and they started learning. He started teaching. Teaching was very, very, very tough life they had. They could eat only once a day, 1 roti a day. But they have to study a lot and sleep only few hours. Chinmaya had to take care of the ashram, do Guru Seva. It was a Gurukul. Every day 4 o'clock he has to get up and he make a cup of tea for Gurudev, and he must take it and wake him up and then give it to his Guruji. He may drink it, he may not drink it, he may throw it. Once it so happened, somebody, devotees came and gave butts of laddus. There were 4 or 5 students, they said, oh, laddus. End of this session, we are going to have laddus. That's why his Gurudev, kept the laddus in front of them, and then he's teaching Brahma Sutras. And all students are looking at the laddus. Class is over, go back to your room, come back tomorrow, no laddus. Next day when they go, the laddus have moved to the Guru's site. Oh, today, he's going to distribute it today. Next day it went back. Oh, one of them said, I'm not making it up, it's in the book. He said, Gurudev, maybe he might be hungry. He's keeping it probably for himself. Next day, Chinmaya, take these laddus. Oh, all for me. Throw it in the Ganga and come back. In order to go to the Ganga from that high, minimum some 200, 300 steps he has to go down. He has to throw the laddus and he has to come back up. Throw the laddus and come back up. That strict was the teacher. Anyway, as moved on, Guru said, you have learned everything. Now, Chinmaya said, Guruji, I have learned so much from you. Now I feel this urge. I must take this scripture. I must take this knowledge and I must distribute it to the common people. Wait. You traveled India in the train before. Now I want you to travel as a sannyasi and go visit places and see how people will receive you, Chinmaya. People are not ready to receive the knowledge. They are not. Go see for yourself. And he went, Chinmaya went. People humiliated him. There was hunger. It was very hard to travel. There was no food. Only, remember sannyasis, they will only go for bhiksha. Only when they get the bhiksha, that is the what they will eat. people were not ready to give Bhiksha. They said, chalo, chalo, chalo. ये क्या है सन्यासी बनता है saffron करके आता है ये तो भिक्षुक है चल 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 जाओ 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 पैसा नहीं है खाना नहीं है they were pushing him away. He traveled like that. But 1951 he completed his tour and he came back to his Gurudev and his Gurudev and he said, Gurudev, I am still confirmed. I would like to go down to the plains, go down there, and then I wanted to teach what you had taught me because there is so much of economical degradation. Our scriptures, nobody is respecting it. I want to go down there and I want to distribute the knowledge and I want to make every Indian proud of being a Hindu. Every Indian being an informed Hindu. I am going to convert every Hindu to be a Hindu. I would like to go down. He took the blessings with only 25 paisa in his hand. He landed in Pune. And he went to the Ganesha temple there and he met the lady by name Sushila Mudaliya, who took pity on him and gave him some prasadam from the Ganapati temple. After taking the prasadam, he thanked her and he said, Amma, I have come from Uttarakashi. I've been trained. I've been educated. I would like to give discourse. I would like to talk about Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads and to the devotees. Then the priest of the temple said, nobody will come. Nobody is interested. Nobody will come. So then he said, do not worry about it. I have come here not only to address the people who are interested. I have mainly come here to address the people who are not interested. So, I am going to talk, I am going to give the discourse. Swamiji, where are you staying? He said, multi-star hotel. Huh? Multi-star hotel? Where? He said, under the sky. See, there are so many stars. Then another devotee who was there, Nanda Sahib, he said, no, Swamiji, come and stay in my house. I have a little extra room. So he went and stayed in Mr. Nanda's house. And next day he came back and sat down. And the priest, Nanda Sahib, and Guruji himself, and two more people, some Raju Iyer and somebody, Sushila Mudaliya. Prior to this, he borrowed with 25 paisa that he had. In those days, if you remember, if you want to cycle for 1 hour, 5 paisa or something you have to pay, and they will give for rent the bike. He took the bike for rent, and he was, like people who come from India will know, he went on the bike announcing himself, there's going to be a lecture by a Hindu Swami in a Hindu temple to talk about being a Hindu. He was screaming on the bike in the streets, welcoming people. Come. And only 7 people came. He gave his lecture. He gave his lecture with his famous, what chart? BMI chart. He used the BMI chart and he gave a lecture. With his dynamism, the way he talked, the way he was clear about the subject that he was talking, people got mesmerized. Next day, more people. He did now for 100 days. Did for 100 days. By the time he finished the 100 days, one Mr. Raju Iyer was sitting in the front and always taking notes. Chinmayaji was observing and he said, hey Rajuji, you took all the notes of whatever I said. You do one thing, take photocopies, Xerox machine. We called it as Xerox machine, Xerox them all and distribute it to everybody. He said, Swamiji, there were 2,000 people today. The last day, 2,000, from 7 to 2,000 people. And it's very expensive. He said, think about Narayana, Lakshmi will follow. And then Sushila Madhuliyar, who actually was the main person, she came and said, oh Swamiji, some people want to donate. How to do about it? How to go about it? He said, start walking the path. Things will be clear. That's all he said. And he walked. And from there, his first Jnana Yajna was extremely successful. He went back and thanked his people, and then next he traveled to Madras. In Madras, people, there were no rooms, halls were given to him, because tradition-bound India means the scriptures were to be told, to be understood, to be read only by the priest's class. Because they are the ones who read it, who understand it, and who do the rituals and stuff like that. So they all opposed him so much. They were not ready, and that too, he is talking in the language of foreigners, that is English. They challenged him, why are you speaking in English? You are bringing our scriptures, our Vedas to the street. You are giving it to the commoners who do not even understand, who were not even qualified to listen to Vedas and scriptures. And he said, I will speak in English. He told the lady, you are going to find a place. Swamiji, there is no hall except for a haunted place belonging to a Muslim. But that place is ghosts, Swamiji. Oh, ghosts. I am a friend of ghosts. I know how to deal with them. Arrange the lectures. I will take classes about Bhagavad Gita with the ghosts. I will deal with them. You all come. So they all came, and relevance of Bhagavad Gita to the everyday life. He started with his tone, being to hear his tone. That's how he spoke. Relevance of Bhagavad Gita to the commoners, to the daily life. He started. People were so mesmerized. Went on and on and on, and after a month, they all grouped together and they came. And he said, make some groups, study among yourself, study the scriptures, ask questions, and if any question not answered, come back and talk to me. Do the study groups. So in different areas in Chennai, and different areas everywhere, where, in Baroda or in Delhi, wherever there were contacts, study groups started. And in Madras, they came and said, Guruji, things are happening, study groups are happening everywhere, and people are getting interested, Swamiji, and let us all get together, make it like an organization, make it and very formalized. He said, listen, I belong to Himalayas. I'm a sannyasi. I have not come here to get bound with anything. I don't want anything. He said, no, Swamiji, this will be an institution just to teach women, to teach the children, and we will name it as Chinmayananda Mission. He said, why giving my name? I'm a sannyasi. I don't want my name anywhere. He said, no, Swamiji, it's not just your name. What is Chinmaya? That means seeking knowledge. We are seekers of knowledge. Hence, we are going to keep this mission as Chinmaya Mission. That's where the origination of Chinmaya Mission happened. He said to the children, the eye of the eye, the ear of the ear, the power behind the eyes, the power behind the ear, it is none other than the superpower Lord. He roared like Vivekananda. And he told the mothers are the most important. If they get educated, the whole family get educated. And he started lecturing the family, the women group, and he called them as Devi groups. So Devi group was formed, and when the children of this side, he called them as Bal Vihar. And he told the mothers, tell your children the stories of Mahabharata, Ramayana, teach them simple bhajans. So the Bal Vihar and Devi group, they started, and they told the children, look at the model as Rama and Krishna and Buddha and Christ and Rishis and Acharyas. Who are all they? They all are like artists. They transform the lives on the earth. He did not leave behind the youth. He addressed the youth and he said, the youth are not useless, but they are useless. So he started Yuva Kendra, how to be a man, how you can apply Bhagavad Gita when the challenges come in your life. Yuva Kendra was what started, and he said, children are the lamps to be lit, not just the vessels to be filled. Then he started Chinmayananda Vidyalaya, a value-based education. Then Sandipani Sadhanalaya, where the teachers of Vedanta started getting trained over there. And he explained to the children the symbolism for each ritual. For example, pick up during Archana, pick up the flowers, bring it to your heart, and then whichever is your Ishta Devata, bring that to your mind and offer it to your Ishta Devata. But as you are offering, you also remember to leave one negative idea. For every flower that you offer, you must give away a negative thought. He taught what exactly is the symbolism. And he said national activities must be with the higher spiritual ideals. Spirituality is not a hindrance, it facilitates the society. In 1955, the Gama conducted, inaugurated by the President of India, Rajendra Prasad. And the motto, people were thinking, Guruji, what motto the Chinmaya mission can have? Immediately he came out of his mouth, happiness to maximum people for maximum amount of time. And he started writing commentaries and Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, and his books were started getting published, and Chinmaya Mission started publishing audio and video material. In 1964, something very important for Sanatana Dharma that happened. Vishwa Hindu Parishad by S.S. Apte and one Mr. N.S. Golwakar, they came to Swamiji and they all gathered together in Sandipani Vidyalaya, and Vishwa Hindu Parishad took its origin to save and to serve Dharma Rakshati Rakshika.
सौभाग्य हमारा
1965, he visited many countries. He started traveling abroad. He started going to Switzerland, West Indies, Thailand, South Africa, Mauritius, Malaysia. People from all faith came to listen to him, not just the Hindus. He spoke at MIT, Harvard, UN. He worked 18 hours a day. He traveled during the day, and in the night he was writing letters. He always said, if I rest, I will rust. If I rest, I will rust. And he, in his lifetime, every day he wrote about many, 18 letters a day. So he must have written in his lifetime 750,000 letters to his devotees and to his children. 1970, his health was failing. He had his first heart attack. And in 1975, he came to United States and Chinmaya West was formed. 1978, Chinmaya West, they built an ashram and Swamiji called it as Eel Ganga because it was next to the Eel River. Chinmaya Mission West Ashram was formed where they train teachers of Vedanta. It's a headquarter and they hold camps and retreats. And at the same time, Siddhavadi Ashram was built with a huge Hanuman statue in front in the Himachal, in Siddhavadi. And he also built many temples. He brought together people from different faiths and all religions. Isn't he Kalyanamaya? Isn't he Anandamaya? Anandamaya is our Gurudev. People lost whatever they had, all the addresses of the devotees. About 250 addresses. He just gave them from his memory. The other thing that he was very punctual with time. They said he can adjust the clock according to his arrival time. And in 1980, another heart attack happened for him in USA, and he underwent the bypass surgery. In 1989, he still went and opened the Chinmaya Foundation in Ernakulam. He came back in 1990 to visit again MIT, Harvard and all. And July 1993 in New Jersey, after the board meeting was done, he said, Tejomaya, come back and sit next to me. He addressed everybody. Now you all know who is going to take care of everything after I am gone. Chinmayananda ji, an excellent scholar, an excellent devotee, he immediately sat down at the feet of Chinmayananda, said, I am not in your shoes, but I will be at your feet. जैसे हनुमान है राम को, ऐसा मैं हूँ. I will be always at your feet. Chinmayananda ji worked tirelessly to fulfill his Guruji's vision. Chinmayananda ji worked for 42 years to rebuild India and Indians, and worked heart by heart, soul by soul. He taught Vedanta. He said man minus ego will become God. In 1993, he came to Southern California, San Diego, from Washington, D.C. after his camp. And it was July 26th. He started having chest pain, shortness of breath. And he had another heart attack. They did the surgery, but he was put on the breathing machine, ventilator. He was under LB sedation. July 29, they did another bypass surgery. Dr. Shobha Chidambaram, Dr. Apparao, and all were present. They tried their best. Tuesday, August 3rd, Tuesday, at 5:45 p.m., Chinmayananda stopped breathing. Dhiranandaji, who wrote this song, said, when we saw him, it didn't feel like he's gone. It feels like he's sitting for his Pada Puja. And later on, his body was brought back to Siddhabari on August 7th. And August 8th, they took him to Siddhabari ashram. His body was kept in the lotus position. After everyone came and took darshan, it was time to put him in samadhi. He always wanted to rest in the rose garden, which is facing the mountain. The body was brought and they poured lots of sandal powder, lots of flowers, turmeric, vibhuti, and they started lowering his body as everybody was chanting Namah Shivaya. On behalf of our team, we would like to thank Sri Shantananda Swamiji of New Jersey, Chinmayananda Vrindavan Center, who really liked our program, and our Shipaliji had come for that program, and she said immediately, you must come to our center and to our people. You must bring this katha. I'm very thankful to her for giving us this wonderful opportunity. And to each and every one of you, we thank you all for coming. It is our humble request. It's a very inspirational story. We all cannot achieve even one bit of what he achieved. We cannot give back to the society what one bit we cannot do like him. At least we can make our children listen to this inspirational story and how much he has done for them, for the future of the children, for the future of our dharma, our Sanatana Dharma. It's our duty to spread the word. Every center has a big picture of Gurudev, but they must know what his contribution is. More than the word achievement, I would like to say, he was so much bigger than this. But what he gave us, that's our request. And after thanking her, Chwaniji, Dhanyaji, and their team, who really worked hard to bring us over here, with a beautiful decor, with a beautiful stage, with thank them. And a very nice audio. Audio is very, very good. Very, very, very good. And you all know Kanji, again he belongs to Chinmayananda Center. He was the root cause to introduce our team to Swami Shantananda. And from here, we are going next week, Saturday and Sunday, we are going to Boston, Chinmaya Centers, Andover and Westboro Center, we are doing there. And in August, we are going to Atlanta Chinmaya Center. We hope more centers come forward to listen to the story. You know, it's not my story, it's not anyone's story, it's about him. We hope more centers, that's all we have for now, Atlanta Center and Boston Centers. And that is on tabla, Kanin Raghavan, and Priya Shrikant on vocal. She always sings for us. If ever get a chance. Just yesterday we got booked to do Bhakta Prahalad for children in New Jersey, Chinmaya Center, Narasimha Avatar Bhakta Prahalad. And Priya always sings for Narasimha Avatar. We are going to Atlanta for Narasimha Avatar Katha, that is Augusta, Georgia. And Umaji with her beautiful voice, beautiful devotional voice, also belongs to Chinmaya Center in New Jersey. And any Harikatha cannot go without a harmonium. And Jivan Ji has been accompanying me since the time that I started doing kathas, since 2011 in the United States. And we want this art form to survive for the future generation. As Harikatha, as you saw, it is a combo of storytelling, dramatic elements, abhinaya, dance, and beautiful songs. And we would like to thank the heroes and heroines of today. Can you go in for that, please?
Can I say a few words? I would like to thank Mohanji, who quietly provides so much support, and Beenaji, what can I say for you and about your dedication, and may you continue to do this for a long, long time. May Gurudev's blessings and grace always be with you.
Wow. What a magical musical evening we have experienced today. Weaving together the sublime tunes and profound tales that truly brought the life and legacy of our Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda Ji, right before our eyes. We are deeply grateful to Srimati Veena Mohanji and the wonderful, talented group of singers and musicians. And their voices have truly touched our hearts and uplifted our spirits. As a token of appreciation, Shubhani Ji will now present the gifts on behalf of the Chinmaya Mission Queens Long Island Balavia Center. And we would like to start with our young performers, followed by our esteemed artists.
Before we do that, I just want to say a few words. One is that we are very, very grateful to all of you for coming to New York. I am doing this. There's so many people enriched by this. One is that we are able to keep our tradition of Harikatha. Two is that we are able to be more devoted to Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda Ji. And three is that when you all presented in each of your elements, you took us to great, great heights of faith, of surrender, and love. So thank you for doing what you do, and we hope that you continue to do this for so many people in so many sectors. Thank you. And to all of our children, I know some of you were there in Bhagavad Gita chanting as well yesterday, and today you're presenting again, and I know that you also took a lot of time and effort, so very, very grateful to all of you for being here.
Okay, can we have our young performers first? Pradyumna Bhatt. Pradyumna Bhatt. Savika Bhatt. Risham Nayak. Dakshina Nayak. Can we have a round of applause for Dakshina Nayak? And Devi Sankari. Can we have a vocalist now? Srimati Priya. Our musicians, Kannan Raghavan. Mr. Jeevan Kulkarni. And last but not least, Srimati Veena Mohanji. A heavy round of applause, please. Or a few announcements that needs to be done.